Guys, John L here again. Very busy day. So along with the Hunt, which is the Nightcrawler event, and Shield Training, which is a disappointing Nightcrawler event, System Reboot just got dropped, and that's because the Time Season has just begun. And with Time Season, they've gone ahead and did a couple character updates. So this season they've picked Nick Fury, Director of S.H.I.E.L.D., and Psylocke. So I'm going to break the videos up into two, and we're going to talk about Nick Fury for this video. So let's just get into System Reboot. I've taken care of a couple of the easy fights first, just so the fights that we get into are a little bit longer, we can explore the characters. So let's scroll over. My Nick Fury is 284, so his stats are probably going to be a little bit different. I've had him at a 454. I haven't adjusted him yet, but I probably will. So if you take a look at his stats, they haven't changed anything with the stats. They're still health the same, damage is all the same, none of that's any different. So the powers, two of his powers have changed, one they've kept the same. So the first one that's been adjusted is Avengers Assemble. So the previous version of Nick Fury, Avengers Assemble, was a 12 AP yellow. They've dropped that down to 10, and what they've done, everything basically stays the same about it. The way the power works is, you use 10 AP, and then depending on what level of Avengers Assemble, Nick Fury, quote-unquote, calls the Avengers, and they basically just do one of their powers, so it kind of explains it. Captain America, leads the way, Iron Man, charged and locked on, Hawkeye, blah, 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 blah. So they'll fire off, like, one of their powers, and, the more you have of the covers, just the more Avengers you'll have. The way this power used to work is there was a caveat that you needed to have 5 AP of a certain color, so you'd have to have the cover up to, whatever level, and that would allow you, I guess, the ability to call the Avenger, and then you'd have to actually have 5 AP in the battle. So what they've done is they've gotten rid of that, which is nice. So you don't have to make sure you have any certain AP. They'll just arrive when you call Avengers Assemble. They've dropped the power cost down to 10. It's still a little bit expensive, but at least there's more benefit without having, that AP requirement for each color. So that's a positive. What I've read also is that they've boosted the damage, but since none of it's actually listed, we'll have to see when we get into a battle. So Demolition stays exactly the same. The old version of Demolition was 10 blue, still a 10 blue. And at 3, it did 4 trap tiles. At 5, it did 7 trap tiles. And the damage still stays the same. It's literally the same power. I'm not going to go over it. So basically, there's traps, and then if the enemy triggers it, they all go off. If you match them, they deal 802. So, Demolition is actually one of Nick Fury's better powers, I think. His last power is Escape Plan. This used to be a 12, they've brought it down to an 11. So basically all of Nick Fury's powers are pretty expensive. So he's still a 10, 10, 11, which is down from like a 12, 10, 12. And I think that's one of the big knocks against Nick Fury, and it looks like it hasn't really been addressed right now. You really gotta get a lot of AP to get Nick Fury going. But anyways, getting back to Escape Plan. So this has changed a bit, and I don't really understand why, or kind of like what they did. So again, the AP cost is down by 1. That doesn't really seem to make a whole lot of sense. It's not like that 1 AP was really blocking anybody from using it. And at 3 covers, the initial damage is down. So it used to do that 4,057 at my level, Nick Fury. And so it used to be a 3-turn countdown tile. They dropped that down to a 2, so that's nice. Used to steal 3 AP, still steals 3 AP, but it used to convert to a strength 676 strike tile. That's actually really nice. So now it's only a strength 147 strike tile, which is definitely not quite as good. So the strike tile was actually maybe part of the best part, or one of the better parts of this, besides the amount of AP stealing. So when we get to like level 5, the initial damage now increases. So before it used to stay the same, so it was 4,057. Now it's 6,662. So you get a little bit more, but 2,000 really isn't a whole lot. The countdown tile is 2. It used to be 2, so that hasn't changed. What kind of sucks now is it used to steal 9 AP from the enemy's strongest color. Now it only steals 6, so that got nerfed a little bit. And again, the strike tile used to be the same thing, 676, now it's down to 193. So escape plan really kind of got nerfed a little bit. Maybe the best parts were the stealing of the AP and the strike tile, just because, I mean, come on, you know. You have like 4 matches, 5 matches or something, and that makes up the 2,000 difference in damage between the old version and the new version. So I'm not really sure again what the idea was on the retooling of Nick Fury, but maybe they thought he was too strong or something. Maybe they wanted to take away escape plan. It looks like they're definitely pushing towards using Avengers Assemble more. So if Avengers Assemble is actually really strong, then okay, yeah, maybe. But if it's not, then I don't think they've really addressed any of the problems that Nick Fury has. I'm just trying to think of anybody to match up. Well, you know what? Here, let's put X23 in here so we can just kind of last for a while, take a beating. Okay, we had a crap out, but it actually ended right before the fight started, so we didn't lose anything. So, you guys want us to use Avengers Assemble more? Let's use Avengers Assemble. Oh, I should have probably moved it to 5 covers. I guess the only thing that I lose is Black Widow coming out to stun, so that's something to bear in mind. If I was going to edit my build, which I was planning on doing before jumping into this video, if you had your Nick Fury kind of built like mine, which was a 454, which I think made sense back when escape plan was better, I think what I would have done is made him a 553, so 5 yellow, 5 blue, 3 purple, since escape plan looks like it kind of sucks now. So, well, let's get demolition going, because that's always good. So I want to say maybe pair Nick Fury up with Sandman, because the yellow thing, like Sandman gets yellow, right? Okay, so let's unleash, let's see what happens. I'm gonna pick someone fresh, so that we can see the extent of the damage. So we should have Captain America jump in, Iron Man, Hulk, and Hawkeye. That is really not impressive. So we got 3,000 damage, and this is a pumped up Nick Fury too. He's 280. No, he's 389. Okay, so that's real garbage damage. Unless something else is going on. but I only saw like a couple hundred for the non-targets, and I saw... Alright, none of these projectiles seem to be really huge. So... that's underwhelming. Okay, well, let's see what escape plan's like. I mean, I just expect it to be worse, but... see, it just really takes a lot of AP to get Nick Fury's powers going, so... I mean, he's definitely not as bad as Mark 40, but... he's not really someone you would count on. I mean, 4 stars aren't really good for match damage, just because they pretty much have the same match damage as 3 stars, so you don't really pick up any advantage right there. So when you think about playing with 4 stars, you're really talking about powers, and you're talking about just higher HP and all that stuff, because their match damage is the same, so... Nick Fury's powers costing so much make it so his powers don't really factor in as much as other characters. And I guess maybe they're trying to use the angle of his Avengers Assemble has, you know, status effects. Like it throws down what stuns at 5, throws down critical tiles. But I'd say not really. Alright, so we'll use escape plan. So this ought to kill Falcon at his level. And maybe for the final bit, we'll just see if we can do a Demolition. I still think Demolition is probably Nick Fury's best power, just because it really does a ton of damage. If you since they're trap tiles, enemies can't see them, and since there's 7 of them, you can actually deal like, I don't know, I think it was what, 1600 for each trap tile, so that's kind of around like 10,000 plus damage. It seems to be like Nick Fury's only big hit. And with his other powers not really doing much damage or giving much benefit. Especially with Escape Plan getting nerfed. It's pretty bad. So let's see if we can get Star-Lord to make some kind of match and kill himself. Here we do not go. Almost. There we go. This should kill Star-Lord. Yeah, so Nick Fury pretty much plays the same, minus Escape Plan now. And I definitely don't think that Avengers Assembled has been powered up enough, at least from what I saw, that it makes up for the nerf. He's still not very good, just in my opinion. His powers cost too much, they don't do a lot of damage. That's pretty much the long and short of it. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. Maybe I missed something in the Nick Fury update. And if I did, please let me know. Tell me if this adds value to the character. I don't think so. Or decreases his value. I think so. And thanks for watching, guys. Take care.